Hey, everybody, this is Ken Tucker with Changescape Web. Welcome to this episode of the Real Producers Partners podcast. Today, I am joined by uh, Terri Bulejski. Did I say
Bulejski.
Bulejski? Okay, close. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Um, and Terri, you are the account executive at Old Republic Home Protection.
Yes, correct.
So that's a home warranty company. Is that
Mhm.
correct? Okay.
Yes, it is.
All right. Yeah, well, thanks for joining us. I'm excited to talk to you and learn a little bit more. So tell me a little bit more about Old Republic Home Protection and why did you decide to join them?
Yes, actually, I was a realtor for 16 years and love this industry. Uh, love all what I consider my real estate family in the industry. But I was in the process of making a change, and this opportunity came up, and it keeps me with so many things that I love, being the realtors, homes, the parts of a house. And I used home warranties when I was in real estate, and I know that they work and can really help be a budget protection for homeowners.
Okay. So what makes Old Republic different?
So we are owned by Old Republic International, that's been around for over 100 years. They have amazing financial strength. And then the warranty side's been around 46 years. And we have had an A plus rating for 25 years with the Better Business Bureau.
Wow. Okay. Awesome. So what all does a home warranty protect?
So the home warranty, your insurance is protecting. I always think of it as kind of um, your house out, kind of your walls out.
Okay.
When you have a storm or a tornado or hail, it's protecting your structure. And then your home warranty comes into play with your systems and appliances, some electrical, plumbing, your fridges, your dishwashers, and also those big ones, your air conditioners and furnaces, which we're going to be right around the corner.
Yeah. Yeah, really. We've had some crazy weather here over the last couple of weeks, but I think we're
Yeah.
in for a nice stretch right now anyway.
Yes. And
Yeah,
and it's really interesting because I think our change in weather, we're global warming, and um, some of the heat that we're experiencing is also making our systems not last as long. And
yeah,
so we're getting, and we have all these fancy things, you can
right.
see pictures on your refrigerators, but all of that combined is lowering the lifespan of our systems. And
Yeah,
so, when people buy houses that are 13 years old, they're like, oh, these systems aren't that old, but really systems are more like 15 years now than 30 like they used to be, like
yeah,
our grandma's avocado colored fridge. So, so it's definitely, I think, beneficial. And since we are going into heating, I'm just gonna, I think one of the ways that we're very different is that we don't have low cap limits. So when you're talking about replacing a system, it's not just a repair. When you're replacing a system, cap limits become very important. And I don't think everybody always realizes that there's cap limits in there.
so tell me a little bit more about what a cap limit is.
So sometimes if you have coverage on an HVAC, there could be like a $2,500 cap limit. So they'll give you protection on that repair up to 2,500.
Okay,
Well, I just two air conditioners I got replaced this summer were like in the $7,000 range.
yeah,
So your cap limits become very important when you start talking about replacing systems.
yeah,
And we do not have like dollar caps on HVAC forced air systems.
okay. So maybe this is more traditional insurance, but I'm not sure.
Mhm.
Um, but like, as we're getting into the colder months, pipes break. You
Mhm.
know, was that something that would be covered under the plumbing, or would that be more of an insurance claim?
That'd be more an insurance claim.
Okay, all
We're going
right,
to cover like a leak under your sink,
okay,
that type of thing where you start having pipes break.
okay.
That is going to be more your insurance claim.
So, like, what about sump pumps? Are they something that you guys cover?
We cover a sump pump, the motor for the
Yeah.
sump pump, but
Yeah.
we don't cover like a drain tile system.
Yeah. Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Cool. So, who is a good candidate for, a home warranty?
Honestly, I think anybody that's going to own a home, whether it be a home, a condo, a multifamily, because again, like I said, systems are failing so much quicker now. Why not? I mean, I feel like I mean, most of us put insurance on these little phones, right? I mean,
Right.
it's not that expensive. How much is your
Yeah.
phone?
Yeah.
Couple $1,000s. So you're buying a $400,000 house or $200,000 house. Why wouldn't you insure that? Especially at least that first year, because maybe you don't know that, you've never lived there, you've never utilized it for that house for your family, and you you know there was a story, an article one time that talked about sometimes with systems breaking when someone moves in, could it be possibly because the new homeowner is using systems differently? Is that why sometimes we see things break when people move in?
Okay.
But yeah, so I think it's good for everyone. I mean, my own son just bought a plan when he moved into his new house because systems are 24 years old.
Okay.
Most of our reps have plans. We have pool coverage. Pools are expensive to fix, so I have a lot of people that get plans because of pool coverage.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, even people who have lived in their house for several
Mhm.
years, it sounds like is a good candidate for a home warranty.
Oh, absolutely. Because, as they've lived there, things are getting older. A lot of people renew them every year and they keep them for many years.
So, um, how does it work? I mean, like if you move into a house where you've got 24-year-old appliances, I mean, how
Mhm.
does that work in terms of, the home warranty protection and cap
Mhm.
limits, things like that? Or pick
Yeah,
any age. I mean, it doesn't make any difference.
yeah. Every company's got their own rules, and their own guidelines. For Old Republic, we do not require a building inspection. We do want the systems in working order at the start of the plan.
Sure.
So they just need to be working. We do not have an age limit. We do not have a settlement clause. We have a great coverage plan. So everybody's a little different, like I said. So if you get a plan in a real estate transaction, your coverage starts immediately. If you buy a plan outside of a real estate transaction, or if you wait more than 30 days after your closing, then you sign up for a plan, but you have to wait 30 days for your coverage to start,
Okay.
which is pretty common.
Okay. It sounds to me like, I mean, we've had a crazy real estate market here the last few
Yeah.
years, and I know
Yes.
a lot of people have been foregoing home inspections. It sounds to me like it would be a really prudent thing to do to get a home warranty plan in place.
Absolutely. And unfortunately, we have seen the market kind of go the other way where people weren't doing anything. They weren't getting inspections, they weren't getting repairs, they weren't getting home warranties. And I, think it's not in the best interest. And I think at this point, anything you can do as the market changes to reevaluate that and try to get that warranty back on for people, because it does save them. um, it saves them so much money. I just have a gal she actually doesn't live that far from my own personal home because I saw the address with her claims, and she thought she was doing everything right. She's a younger lady that bought her first house by herself. She did inspections, and so she knew systems were older, but they were all working. And luckily, she did get a warranty, and she has had 3 systems fail within 2 months.
Wow.
And
That's
she goes, I'm just glad my agent recommended it. She goes, because I would have never had this much money.
yeah.
It
Wow.
was it was like right at $8,000 in claims.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So it does happen. I mean, not every house has 3 things break right away, but it does happen.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. What about how do you guys handle the actual claim, fixing the claim itself? I mean, do you have a set of vendors that you work with, or can you choose, can the person who has the plan choose their own provider? How does that work?
We do have a list of service providers, and when they call in, they'll be assigned a service provider. If there's not one available quickly, which does happen, just depends how busy, that day or week is. So if there's not someone available quickly, they will tell you can, at that point, choose your own.
Okay. All right.
So many
Yeah.
times people do get the option.
Yeah. Okay. Um, you didn't mention roofs. Are roofs something that are included, or is that really more the insurance side of things?
It is. We do have $100 option for limited roof, leak repair and stuff. I probably don't consider that like, an option that is chosen that much. And my personal opinion is because your roof has to be in, good working order. And then also, if a branch goes through it, that's going to be on your homeowners. That's
Right.
not like a leak. So I feel like most people take their $100 and spend it in better places by getting like an upgraded plan, um, with more coverage, that type of thing.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
there was an interesting survey recently with CNBC and Hippo, and it was talking about first year homeowners. 77% had an unexpected repair, which is high, but
Oh,
that's
really?
that's what came back in this survey. And then it said um, it was over 44% of homeowners. And actually, I take that back. It was 44%. And since we've got into inflation, I saw an update on that number, and it actually had went over 50%.
Oh, wow.
And it was literally this last year that I saw that update. But that we've got that many Americans that don't have over $1,000 for that unexpected repair.
Yeah.
And I think those numbers are also what makes a home warranty so important.
Yeah, absolutely. So, can you get it included as part of the real estate transaction when you
Mhm.
first buy a home?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. Buyers can put it on their contract asking for one. And then there's the thing of, well, if they put that on there and they're in competition, and that's fine. So maybe it doesn't get on there with the contract. Maybe it gets on there during the building inspection phase. And if it doesn't get on there, then I think what's important is just have that conversation with the buyer about how it can protect them, give them a flyer, and they can then purchase it themselves. And sometimes I just had somebody, an aunt, buy it for, their
Yeah.
niece that bought a house. So you never know. You let them know about it, and maybe they have a family member that wants to get it for them. And if not, they close on a house. They don't usually have a payment for 45 days, so they have another paycheck that they could buy that warranty. And it's probably more important than upgrading the couch.
Yeah. So, do you have like annual plans?
We do.
Okay.
And I'm so glad you asked. No.
All right.
So, I will want to tell everybody, if you see me on the streets in the next couple of weeks, we have a new plan starting today.
Okay.
So just remember to ask me to, grab you one out of the car. It starts today. Prices did go up around $35, but it's a much smaller percentage on the warranty inflation than it is on gas and groceries and utilities. So it was only about a 5.4 increase.
Okay.
And then we also have added an exciting option. It's $100 option, but what it will do is double your coverage on appliances. So you'll go from a $3,500 cap on appliances, which has actually been a great limit, to 7,000, because everybody's getting bougie, fancy appliances.
Yeah, really.
So it's a nice option out there for you to have a $7,000 cap.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool.
Yeah.
So, tell me a little bit about yourself, maybe that somebody doesn't know. So one of the things that I think I read on your website is that you won an award through the Chesterfield Chamber. Is that correct?
Yes, yes. Just, like to help, like to be involved. And so I was, one of the members of the year just because I was very involved. So I do like participating in events and chambers and different affiliates. I'm vice chair of the affiliate council at the St. Louis Realtor Board this year. I also sit on the YPN committee at the Real Estate Association, and I'm also a member of 5 other associations as well, and try to stay as involved as I can with
So
everybody.
what's YPN?
Young Professional Network. And
Okay.
I'm not young, I know, but there's no age limit.
Yeah.
But we do try to help newer agents getting in the business and support them and give them knowledge in the industry.
Okay. All right.
So it's awesome. And
Yeah.
many of you don't know, I was on The Price is Right in 1992 when it was still Bob Barker.
Oh, wow.
And I got on stage and I got the dollar when I spun the wheel and I won my showcase.
Oh, so what was the showcase?
It was a big TV. I mean, back in 92, big TVs were like the size of a living room.
Right.
And a hot tub, carpeting, living room furniture. So kind of a house package. I didn't get a car. There was no car choice.
Oh, wow.
No car choice that day.
Yeah. All right. Cool. And I think were you also a flight attendant?
I was for 18 years. So
Okay.
I did that for a long time and traveled, and then 16 years in real estate and another 4 with Old Republic. So I've been in this industry for 20 years.
So where is the most interesting place that you've gone to?
Interesting, not my favorite, but interesting was probably, and now my mind just blanked out. Oh my gosh, we flew like so many crazy places. But they were like telling me they could have gotten like 2 camels and a donkey for me. So I found that very interesting that they were figuring out what they could trade me for.
Wow.
Gosh, where was that? So that was interesting. And I always enjoyed Hawaii.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
lots of places in the United States. Like I loved Seattle and Portland and Texas and just lots of good places. It was always fun to visit the different stadiums. We have tons of, Cardinal fans and Blues fans in St. Louis. And I always enjoyed going to the different games in different cities and seeing the different stadiums and ice rinks and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. So how long have you been a member of Real Producers?
Old Republic has been a member in St. Louis, I believe, for about 3 years. Yes, about 3 years, I believe. And then we're a member of Real Producers in many, many cities.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. So what about if there are any, service, contractors out there, how can they maybe get added to your list of vendors? Is that a process that somebody can go through and apply for?
Absolutely. And anybody that would be interested in that, I would love to grab coffee, and talk directly or call my cell. It's on the screen, 314-922-8361. But also I'm happy to grab coffee and talk about it because I would love to bring you on.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Anything else we ought to know about home warranties?
Call me today and order one. No, just really think, I say this like from my heart, like I truly feel like they help people. And I just want to promote home warranty in general as helping people. Yes, I would love your order. But if you have a favorite or one, just recommend some home warranty company and give them a brochure at closing and tell them that it can help budget protection and their pocketbook. And, it's just important. So from that standpoint, I just think it would be great to get back in that saddle of recommending them, regardless of which company it is, although I'd love it to be mine. And on the listing side now, we have listings getting them. So remember that you can also offer them with your listing and protect your seller as well. And you can call for sign writers and I'll get you a sign writer to put on your sign.
Yeah. All right. Awesome. That sounds fantastic. Well, thanks so much, Terri. I enjoyed talking with you.
Thank you. Thanks for getting up early with me.
Oh, no problem. All right.
Have a great day, everyone. Fall's here. It's supposed to be beautiful this week.
Yep. Absolutely.
All right. Have a good one.
Thanks. You too.